presented by Google Pixel. It's the 9th season. Lexi Hull, Monique Billings, and this game is underway as your anniversary game out in LA.
Here we go.
He's lobbing it in. Howard, the deep catch. Good recovery there from Indiana defensively. Here is Hillman. Hillman bodying, spinning, can't finish, gets it back, puts it in, and the foul as Hillman went right through Lexi Hull.
Great job by Naz Hillman to recognize that she had Hull's rebounding team in the W.
And Hillman completes the three-point play. They are #1 in offensive rebound. Feeling like that had to be a strength this year for Atlanta, and it has been. Here's Boston. Finds Mitchell off a great Clark screen, and Mitchell lays it in.
Really well executed play to understand screen and back cut baseline instead. Wide open Kelsey Mitchell.
Mitchell has been so efficient against Atlanta this year as Hillman starts it off with the first 6 for the Dream.
Last 2 seasons, she's made it a point of emphasis to get better, and now we've seen her score inside and out.
Here's Mitchell, circling, dishing, Boston, she got it. That is part of the game now for a
less than 1 3-point attempt a season ago. This year at 2.5, shooting over 40% from 3.
And she's 1 3 away from matching her career total prior to this year as Reese gets called for the travel. For Boston, her first 3 seasons, she had 17 to
possession. You saw Indiana sending a second defender to Angel Reese when she got the ball on the block.
A beautiful dish from Clark, and Billings is fouled, and Mo Billings is going to shoot a pair. He was talking to us about before the game, was feeling like they have to be a better
1 or 2 dribbles too late. That one was neither 1 nor 2 dribbles too late. That was right on the money.
And a 7-6 Indiana lead. Here's Hillman, has all 6 Dream points. Here's Gray. Got hooked from behind by Mitchell, took her to the turf. And an early personal on Kelsey Mitchell. Now, Alicia Gray last year, first, then off.
1st+2nd was talked about Gray being an even more improved defender this season as well.
Hillman again! Naz Hillman with the first 9. Clark thought about pulling, will dish instead. Here's Hull shoveling in the corner. Billings hits from 3. That feels kind of to have Billings willing to take that shot, never mind make it.
Changes their spacing. She came into this game 3 of 12 from 3.
Howard buries, and it feels like a repeat of the other night with both out. Here's Clark. Clark sidestepping 3 is good. Right over Reese from way down. Now Gray can answer. Reese on the offensive glass got hooked. Angel Reese, a historically great offensive rebounder, draws the foul there.
Both of these teams wanting to play with pace, and of course for Indiana, when the ball is
4th in the league in scoring, 2nd in the league in assists, trailing only Alyssa Thomas. Here's Howard, got tripped by Hull, and a foul called on Indiana.
The previous 2 possessions for Atlanta have been great examples of Ryan Howard and her growth. 2 possessions ago, she took a couple dribbles, then made the right pass. Very good decision maker offensively this season.
And 1st+2nd was talking to us about that earlier today. Said she had a conversation with Carl about where she needed to improve most. She said her efficiency. As Clark tried to thread the needle, could not, but it'll stay here. And he said, all right, let's get to work on your efficiency then.
Also, when the defense is loading up on her, she's willing to pass.
Clark takes the 3 on the drive, able to lay it in. Gorgeous take from Caitlin Clark.
Nasty hesitation dribble on that drive.
Ray beats the defense down the floor for 2. Clark with 5 points in the early going and gets fouled there by Canada. And then Caitlin and Angel with a little something to say to each other in the act after the gather. Clark, catch, fire, you bet! Caitlin Clark, hot points in the first 3.5 minutes.
Last possession, Ryan Howard lost the shoe as she was trying to get out to Clark.
Here's Angel Reese bodying into the soft touch. Reese coming off a huge game on Thursday. Indiana, meanwhile, 6 of 6 from the floor. Good cut from Billings, who lays it in on a gorgeous delivery from Boston.
Atlanta double-teamed Aaliyah Boston on that possession. They did the other night, and she read it beautifully. Billings cut, Boston found her.
Here's Gray. Gray surging into the paint. The foul is good. Looked like Gray got fouled initially by Clark, but no call, and Gray puts home the putback. Ooh. Canada just gave a forearm to Kelsey Mitchell, and that is going to be the second foul on Jordan Canada. Players averaging a double-double. Clark launches and connects. She's on a first-quarter burner. 3 of 3 from downtown in this game, wearing her signature shoe. Here's Hillman. Barging inside, couldn't get it to go. Reese keeps it alive. Another chance for Atlanta. And Hillman lays it in. That's again because of the activity of Reese on the offensive glass.
Got into the offensive glass and gotten those extra opportunities as a result.
Clark has to switch on Reese. Launches it and hits. But it was a timeout on the floor thanks to the foul before the launch. Been great, but she's been getting better and better, and he feels like there's still so much room for her to grow. Said she has loved being here in Atlanta, and how competitive she is has been great for the group as well. Canada bodies in. Good D that time from Clark.
Last possession was Indiana's first turnover. Points Atlanta had off Indiana turnovers last game.
Here's Boston. Indiana yet to miss in this game. Boston turns it over there. Here's Canada. Weaving, dishing. Howard connects.
And this is where Atlanta thrives, when they can turn you over, when they can get steals, push pace going the other direction.
Clark launching again. Missed that one. Her first miss of the day. And there they go off the rebound. Hillman has 13. Atlanta jumps back in front in what has been an electrifying opening quarter here at State Farm Arena. Mitchell, the catch, couldn't finish it on the delivery from Boston up the floor. Reese turning on the burner, spinning, couldn't finish it. Finds Allen there for the contest. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell dashing into the paint, got hugged. Ooh, and then it looked like Mitchell gave something to Howard afterwards. So they call a defensive foul on Howard, but now they're going to take a look at the contact from Mitchell afterwards, as it looked like she... Here's Boston. Boston on the drive, an assertive take. Lays it in with the left hand.
Boston is assessing what was happening on the... Realized she had that lane to take it herself.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Boston. Reese, great dig there from Johnson, timed it perfectly.
Raven Johnson read that. She saw that Reese was rolling to the basket, that Boston was on the high.
Action. Good look from Reese. Now Gray connects. Alicia Gray, 9 points. It's 4 of 6 from the floor. She's continued to build off of a career season last year, averaging a career high 19.5 points per game this season. Here's Mitchell, finds Boston. Boston left alone, can't finish, keeps it alive, but an over the back. Billings, and it's Billings' third. I don't think it was a foul on either of them.
Yeah.
Indiana does not challenge. Howard can't finish. Johnson quickly up the floor. Mitchell wheels back. Will fire. Can't hit. Cunningham, the offensive rebound. Here comes Gray, finds Reese. Reese unable to finish. Billings has it taken away by Hillman again. Twice in the span of 20 seconds. Naz Hillman just snatching it away from Indiana.
Atlanta is simply relentless on the help side defense. That's where you have to get it started, and if you have any nerves, get rid of them by playing well and solid defensively.
Boston hands it off. Mitchell, the hesitation, and pops it in. She gets downhill with that left hand. Indiana shooting 74% from the floor. Here's Hillman. Hillman has 13. Gray across her body, back ironing off. Cunningham secures the rebound. Mitchell off the handoff, gets fouled by Howard, and now Clark will check back into the game after that electrifying opening quarter. Hit 3 straight threes and add 13 points in the frame. One other good thing we saw with Clark was she played the entire first.
Build that longer runway as well.
That's right. Oh, Mitchell, dynamic step back. Here's Howard left alone, will take. Can't hit. Clark flies in for the rebound. Clark lobbing it in, and a foul called on Howard, as Ryan Howard will pick up her third. So that is a key foul for Atlanta to monitor, and now Carl Semesco, you would think.
Unlucky.
So she departs. Mitchell gives it up. Hines Allen bodying into Reese, gets fouled by Reese. And that'll be number 2 on Angel Reese.
Angel Reese typically very good with the post.
Great job fronting Clark. Here's Mitchell. Oh my. You bet. Kelsey Mitchell with the ankle breaker. And Clark gets called for her. 11-point. Indiana lead. Pow. No. Reese, yes. And the foul. Angel Reese with a chance for 3, and that'll be number 2 on Boston. For it, as Reese completes the 3-point play. Shooting 71%. Clark fires, can't hit. Long rebound, Orlays. Gray dishes, Hillman, not that time. Another offensive rebound for Atlanta. Clark gets called for the foul, and that's going to be number 2 on Caitlin Clark. She got into foul trouble last meeting. Well, Clark has to be foul trouble really thwarted her last game. Reese can't finish over Clark. Here's Clark. Has it taken away, trying to get it back, and a jump ball is called.
Good hands by Jordan now for Atlanta.
Canada wins the jump over Clark. Howard, what a Euro! Draws the foul against Hull, and Ryan Howard will go to the line. That's going to be number 2 on Hull. Maybe a touch on the body on the drive, but no doubt.
Sad.
As Howard, when there's been some touch things called that it's contact, but it's marginal enough you probably can let it go.
Yeah.
Hines Allen looking for Hull on the handoff. Off to Clark. Clark looking in. Gets it to Hines Allen. Creeping down. Hines Allen can't finish it. For late. The 21-year-old on the move will lay it in. Plus the foul. And a chance for 3 as Hines Allen is whistled for the personal.
This game has been fast.
As we have it statistically, in the 26 minutes that Indiana has played with Sophie Cunningham at the full.
Better spacing on the floor.
Clark drives in, reverses it home, plus the foul. And a chance for 3 for CC. Points, 6 of 8 shooting for Clark.
Boston wearing a mask now.
One thing Clark has done is miss some free throws lately. Playing with 2 fouls. Howard buries the 3. Howard back out there, just a lot of key players in foul trouble. Clark separates. Looking to take Borlays, dribbled it off. Borlays' foot out of bounds. It'll stay in that opening frame.
Just finding my spots. They've been helping out me a little bit, so I've been able to get open threes and then just being more attacking it.
You've been absolutely relentless, you and your team on the offensive glass. What is your mentality when a shot goes up?
We just have to get in there. Sometimes other teams go in there and they don't grab the ball with two hands, so having the opportunity to go in there and snatch it from them. Just being aggressive. I think sometimes teams don't box out, so you go in there and you take your opportunities, and then if not, you get back.
Incredibly competitive game between you and the Fever. How would you just describe the matchup between these two teams, especially after the three-game series you all had in the... We loved watching Naz really blossomed here as her career has gone on in Atlanta. Mitchell connects on the three from Kelsey Mitchell, and the Fever have stabilized things after the 11-2 Atlanta run. The layup is good from Reese, plus the foul. And that'll be number 2 on Mitchell.
Jordan Canada handled that switch beautifully because Aaliyah Boston came over, walled up.
On deficiencies of her game, I think the incredible strengths and highlights her strengths, and it's been a good fit, especially over the last couple of weeks. As Boston can't quite finish.
The best rebounder on... The best rebounder defensively and offensively in the history of the WNBA.
Clark finds Boston at it, poked from behind. Our home and native land. Canada on the deflection.